very expensive boat. So I've got my old dinghy out this time just for the weekend. I'm just feeling like I was using my sort of what I call my onboard dinghy for when I'm away on trips, and then I use that one because it's heavier, so I don't really want to take it on board. But it does have quite a lot of holes in, and it's been away during the winter. And I think I remember the last time I used it at the back end of last season, it was like really bad, and I completely forgot to repair at home. So I've inflated it this time out, and it was like literally within 5 or 10 minutes by the time I got out, I was actually pumping up while I was coming out here. It was a bit ridiculous, and I haven't got any repair kit or anything, but what I have got is some gaffer tape and some super glue, and I've actually used that to try and create some repairs, which so far looks pretty good. I'll show you what I'm using. Just got some super glue there, about £5 stuff. This is like the crazy strong stuff. Sets apparently within about 30 to 40 seconds, but I mean, you can't use the super glue on its own over the hole. So what I used this gaffer tape, which is also not very strong on its own, and just reinforced it with the super glue, which looks to have actually held up. So I have a really big one on this side. It was properly pouring out, and this tube wasn't staying inflated for any more than, say, sort of 5 minutes, 10 minutes, something like that. But yeah, basically this is the actual hole was there against an existing patch. So I've got tons of patches on the other side. I'll show you in a minute. But basically, just cover the whole area with that super glue, and then strap the gaffer tape across the top, and you sort of, with the severe leaks, you can see them sort of building like little bubbles, but you just keep rubbing it over the top, and it allows the glue to start to set, and the gaffer tape holds that air from sort of escaping the sides, and creates the patch. That feels pretty good now. That's only been on there for like a couple of minutes, but so far so good. Obviously I haven't tested this in the salt water yet, whether it dissolves the gaffer tape and all hell lets loose again, then yeah, I'm not sure, but I'll show you the other side. So I had a really bad one there, and small one there on that patch. Now I could have made these a bit tidier, but I was just experimenting on this side. But yeah, that one's the iceberg, that one was shark, oyster patch, a pinmill. Don't know what that one is. Spear gun patch. I've got a torpedo. Yeah, that was pretty bad. The second patch that didn't work, or whatever, I don't know. But yeah, loads of them. A couple more on that side. So yeah, I figured I probably couldn't sell this inflatable, but everything else is okay. So yeah, even the oars have got patches on. This is like the indestructible dinghy. But yeah, still going strong. So the better way is to use the proper patches, but they are expensive, and I don't have any on board, so just having to use that, and that's actually worked quite well. So I'm just down here for the weekend. I've got someone viewing Katrina tomorrow, so I'm just going to hang around for that person. It's selling a boat is hard work. It tests your patience like beyond belief, and I really wanted to go. You know, I really want to see her being sailed on the river, and hearing of any trips that she's doing and that sort of thing. I had someone, I put her on eBay, and someone bid on it and then won and didn't get back in touch with me, so that was a bit frustrating, but it is what it is. I think the thing is, it's buying a boat is quite a big jump for people who have not owned a boat before, but it really isn't any worse, I suppose, than buying a sort of vintage car, really. The difference with Katrina is that she's got all the survey, a very recent survey, had lots of work done, valves changed out, new rigging, new sails, it's got a new engine, well serviced. Yeah, for a weekend she's absolutely perfect, and for long trips, yeah, she's quite capable. So yeah, I think she's a perfect starter boat, and it's not going to run you ragged with costs and repairs. It's literally just slap the anti-foul on, go sailing. Okay, so I've gone to town on my gunnels a little bit, my rubbing streak. I've sanded down one side totally, cleared all the varnish off with 80 grit, and yeah, it's come up really nice. And I've just started on the port side. I've got about halfway down, and yeah, it's looking pretty good. I just dived up to the chandlery to get some, what is it? Some Kuvar. Is Danish oil, just thinned down a little bit with white spirit. First coat goes on and give it about 4 hours to dry before putting on the second coat. So far it's I mean this is the first coat. It's quite heavily thinned down because yeah, you just sort of want that oil to sort of ingrain into the wood as much as possible, and then the second coat will go on sort of in a sort of 2 or 3 hours time. It's quite dry and warm today, so don't really need too much time. It's quite windy as well. It's a perfect day for doing stuff like this, so I'm just going to get on with it and get as much done as I can. I got rid of this razor sharp hard main sheet and found some nice clean stuff, so I've just put that on. So here's my friend George. Came round from Bradwell in his Hurley 22 Spindrift on the Friday, and came alongside for a couple of nights. We did head out for a bit of a sail in the Nick. He was keen to get out and have a go, and I was pretty keen for a sail as well. Even though there was not much wind, we still had a nice little sail up the river. Hardly any boats out, which was really nice. So in 2023, both myself and George took part in the Jester Baltimore Challenge from Plymouth to Ireland, both in Hurleys. So we had quite light airs during the Jester Challenge, and it took us forever to get across the Celtic Sea. I think it was about 4 days in the end. However, on the way back, we both found it was well, I was actually heading along the south coast of Ireland, but George made back for the Scilly Isles. He experienced slightly more adverse sort of wave heights than I did hugging the coast. I think it was about a 4.7 in the end. Running with it is fine, but heading into the wind would be a very much different story. It would be quite a long trip. But nothing like that sort of weather on this evening, but it gives you some idea of the conditions that we had for the 300 miles from Plymouth to Baltimore. It was very much the same wind strength. Into a patch of bioluminescence. That's cool. Actually, look at that. So I think I'm gonna head up to the Stour and anchor sort of like halfway up the river. I've never sort of anchored up halfway. I've anchored up at Rabness Point, which is quite a lot further. But I think I'm just gonna. There's a big kind of bay on the south side of the river, and there's like literally no one there at all. It's just yeah, middle of nowhere basically. Gonna go up there tonight and find a spot to anchor and get some food on, and I might even just inflate the dinghy as well and motor ashore to maybe have a campfire or something. I'm not sure. See what sort of driftwood is dotting around. We'll see. Okay, so just got some water on the boil because I'm going to try and do the old mash with chilli tonight, I think, just to spice things up a bit. I'm going to try laying my anchor under sail this evening, just for something different. Anchorer. Okay, I'm just gonna line out the anchor chain a little bit. Probably come this way actually. 10 metres out actually, I think. Heard you whistling all the way up the bow. Shut up. That's for me mashed potato. Okay, where are we at? Fair enough. Right, 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12, 13. Now apparently these are... What on earth is that noise? That's 5, and that must be 10, so I'm not that far off. What on earth is that aeroplane doing? Stalls, maybe. So I'm gonna furl in the Genoa, I think, and then go in under main. We shall see how that works. So just going to go on this contour here. I'm not far off it now. 6 meters currently. So we just keep going and going and going. There's quite a good stream coming down through here at the minute. We're about mid flood, I think, something like that. Okay, I'm going to dump the main now, get rid of all that, and she's into wind. Okay, away, drop your main. and she'll hopefully drag herself and fix herself. We'll see. I've made an absolute mess of this line. We're in a right mess, but I think she's already caught, which is good. Okay, so that's 10 meters there. Use a couple of markers. No, we're definitely held. And just take a bit more. I think what about height of tide is going to be about 6 meters at this point. So 4 times that, 24 meters. That's 15 meters. 15 meters. But to be quite honest, I'd be quite happy with 20 meters. There's 20 meters. Ah, that went quite well indeed, I think. Well, it's the first time making the mashed potato, the instant stuff. It's actually really nice. I seem to remember it always being pretty horrible tasting, but this stuff's well, probably as close as you can get to the real thing, to be fair. Looks like some fog is coming in. Just starting to lose some of the cranes at Felixstowe. So I've just got a few bits for my trip ashore. Just inflated the dinghy and my phone, my jacket on, I think, just in case. I think that'll start getting cold as soon as the sun goes down. It has been doing. Take my radio. Cool. Right, one thing I did forget was my can of drink. I'm definitely not going to forget. Let's go. Knock that off. Okay, that is on. Let's see how far this takes us. Bloody hell, Barry! I'm just gonna go up a little bit first. At least if the engine cuts out, I'm upstream and not downstream. Warm the old girl up a bit. It's doing much better now because I cleaned out all the water lines in the head. I'm getting a really decent flow now, which is good. Okay, let's go to that beach over there. So this might seem like I've just jumped on board haphazardly and started careering across one of the larger rivers in the county, but I am equipped with a floatable VHF radio plus my life jacket with a PLB beacon on it, just in the event of. It's quite a strong tide stream coming down here, so it wouldn't be impossible to get into difficulties. Need to find a landing spot. I think this one's going to be fine. We'll see. I'm not sure how deep it is here. taking her out. I don't see any oysters, which is good. Oh no, there are. Oh god, this is not good. Not good at all. They will go straight through my boat and out the other side. Doesn't seem like there's as many here, but there's still quite a few of them. Okay. Anyone for oysters? It's amazing how much people charge or pay for these. They are everywhere. Look, the amount of seashells are up, there's loads. Absolutely amazing. Just watch the rest of that sun go down. I think all this wood is, even though it's obviously season, it's just wet, damp. And I used all my matches, and that's it. I'm down to this smouldering pile. Well, that's it for the beach landing. I've definitely failed my attempt to start a fire. I think a lot of that wood was completely saturated, and I got well and truly smoked a little while ago. Yeah, okay, back to the boat now. Tide's pretty much as high as it's going to go today, I think. But yeah, absolutely beautiful out here now. What an amazing little spot. Stay tuned for more videos coming up. I've got a trip round to Plymouth, giving another skipper a hand to get his boat to the start of the Jester Azores challenge. I'm also going to try and get Stowaway across to Holland, so we'll see how that goes.